All right, now this is the thing about racism. The way I feel about it anyway. I feel like people ain't took time to put themselves in other folks' shoes. Like I tell black folks this here. Have you ever considered how a white person that's racist is made? Like they not born like that. You made. And they be like, now I'm like, okay, well let me run this idea by you. Imagine yourself being a white kid. You 4, 5, 6 years old, and you got your mama, you got your daddy, your uncles, your aunties, your grandma and grandpa, and they all telling you about this elaborate world that they used to live in or that they heard about growing up, and they paint this picture. But just let me tell you the story. They paint this picture and they telling you, hey, back in the day, we were kings and queens in this land. We didn't do no work. We didn't have to build a house. We didn't have to cut no grass. We didn't have to raise a goddamn kid. We didn't have the word job wasn't in the lexicon because nobody had a damn job. We just had property and houses and motherfucking slaves. These black folks were not people, they were animals. They were here to take care of us. They were here to do this. We brought them over here as animals. They didn't have no rights. They were not considered men, point blank period. And you saying like, man, you crazy. And they tell you now, motherfucker, for real. We didn't have to cook food for you. They was gonna do it. We didn't have to wash your ass. They was gonna do it. We didn't have to build a house. They was gonna do it. And then they wasn't gonna give allowed to come in the house that they built. And little white kid like, man, hell no, this shit don't even sound right. So one day, this same little white kid didn't heard all this shit from his racist grandparents and uncles and everybody that's older than him go to school. And it's Black History Month. And the first thing they started telling the kids is, your people were slaves. Your people used to own slaves. And all of a sudden now to the white folks that used to be in the racist shit and their parents are telling them this shit, they like, so you mean everything that grandma and grandpa and them said was true? Did we really did used to own these motherfuckers and they ain't people and all this? So what I'm saying is, you got shit that be ingrained in a motherfucker head. It ain't always their fault. They do us the same way. You got black people that hate other black people for bullshit ass reasons. You got them that they don't trust each other. They don't love each other. They don't give a fuck. They don't respect each other. None of that. And it's all because of thoughts that was put in their head from some motherfuckers that had fucked up way of thinking before they even got here. But like I said, this is America. And America was built on slavery, on murder, on killing, whooping, robbing, hanging, lynching, destroying. Like they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. They can put all these values up there that don't nobody live by. But in reality, the land that we are living in was built on nothing but negative bullshit and evil and wickedness. Like for real. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say. You're blessed to be on America. Man, this land is so motherfucking evil over here. You can't tell me it ain't. Not long as Oklahoma full of motherfucking Indians that got to stay in Oklahoma on a reservation. I'm like, shit, I'm from Arkansas. That's a Indian word if I ever heard one. I don't know no Indians. I met one in my lifetime, don't know no more. So you tell me. But the thing is, man, I fuck with people who fuck with me. I done been in situations where I had to depend on a white dude. And when I get out that situation, I don't just get to look back and be like, oh, that never happened. I fuck with him and I'm never gonna fuck with no other white folk. It don't work like that. There's some people where they gonna try to make it work like that, but it don't work like that. It's a point in time where I could have been a racist motherfucker, but I'm like, man, over the years, it just don't, racism don't fit nothing I got going on. It ain't gonna advance my life in another way to hate on somebody else. Me hating on a white man, saying the white man did this, Ain't gonna put no money in my pocket. It ain't gonna pay no bills. It ain't gonna get me out of nothing. It ain't gonna get me into nothing that I'm trying to get into. I'm just saying. So what's the point? Now, I know it's some motherfuckers in the world that don't mean me no good, yo. They ain't all white. You know what I'm saying? They not all white. Just like I know it's some motherfuckers in the world that love the shit out of me, and they not all black. You know what I'm saying? You got to judge a motherfucker on who they are. Because at the end of the day, one thing you all, man, look, everybody done learned this before. It be the people closest to you that's gonna do you the most harm. So if you black, I can guarantee you, no matter what a white person did to you, black people did 1,000 times more. And if you white, no matter what a black person did to you, white people did 1,000 times more. And your family members did 100 times more than the strangers. Just be for real. You know what I'm saying? One thing I came up with, and I tell a motherfucker like this: it's the trees in your yard that's gonna throw the shade on your house. Them trees down the street ain't throwing shade on your house. It's the motherfuckers right here, right around you. The motherfuckers in your business that know all your business, that is backbiting on you and hating on you and don't want to see you succeed, because people see your success as they failures. A motherfucker see everything you do is something they ain't did or they can't do. It's just how the world works. You got some people that's gonna look at the shit you do and they gonna tell themselves, I can do that or I can do better. And then they gonna have some motherfuckers gonna look at you and say, that motherfucker don't deserve that. What they get that to him for? What she get that for? Why dude love her so much? He ain't love me like that. Man, you just gotta find your own way in life. But hating on the next person, ain't gonna get it. I promise it ain't.